Hey, what's up, Tom fans? Hey, so I'm back here with another reaction. This one's going to be called Angels. I was told that this would be a really good follow-up to the church reaction that I did. So here I am. I know that the church reaction had a lot to do with Tom's past, so I'm assuming that because it's a good follow-up, either it's going to be one, uplifting, or two, it's going to be more about his history with his drug use or his alcoholism, I should say. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm super excited. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and we'll dive into this now. All right.
It's not the liquor I'm addicted to, it's feeling brave. The feeling of not feeling the pain. I've been on and off the bottle, I put oxys out my nostrils. Believe me, you do anything to breathe before you.
Okay, yeah. So he's talking about his alcoholism and his drug use, his oxys and alcohol. And one of the things he said here was so true is that whenever you're addicted to any sort of substance, you end up becoming numb. You end up just not feeling anything for anybody, and it's one of the worst and best feelings that you can ever have. The best because obviously it numbs your pain, and the worst because it turns you into someone you're just not. And I don't miss it at all. I will tell you that. And Tom, I'm assuming that you got your life in order, um, yeah, but I'm hoping you got your life in order, I should say.
You suffocate. I couldn't stop it, staying clean was not an option. I was trying to be myself, but being me was such a problem. I just wanted to be Thomas, but Thomas was at the bottom of a hole he dug and getting comfortable inside a coffin.
Oh man, his own self was at the bottom of a hole, getting ready to go inside of a coffin. Man, that's a deep verse right there. That's a deep one. You know, the thing about drugs is that you start doing them and then you start getting addicted, and it only takes once to really get you addicted, especially when you're in a dark place. It makes you become something you're not. It makes you lose your reality. You lose yourself. You lose your family. You lose your house. You lose your kids. You lose your car. You lose everything. And it just makes you become someone that you're just not. Oh, buddy. Man, I feel you already.
He locked it and swallowed the key. Caught up, forgot all his dreams. Robbed at a common, became embalmed in a toxic routine. Beer was the escape, but I got stuck escaping. Whiskey was the blanket in the coldest basement. Way before the fame, I was wasted. Freezing, doing anything I could to keep the flame lit. To anyone going through the same, heaven's got enough angels. You need to stay here.
Oh, man. Okay. He said something back a few seconds ago where he said he would do anything basically to keep his high going. And you see everywhere. You see the crime rates going up in cities that have high drug use, and it's because they're just trying to get their fix, and it doesn't make it right, obviously. That's heartbreaking because I mean I remember being in that particular position, but I always had people providing it, and unfortunately, that one of my other videos you saw that some unfortunate stuff happened. They owed people the wrong money. They owed the wrong people money, I should say, and it just didn't end up very pretty. And I'm really glad I got out of that lifestyle. And it sounds like Tom was really struggling with that, and I'm glad he got out of it. And a couple things. One is that I like the aesthetic of this song. I mean, the is called Angels, and it kind of has this like it's not really like a heavenly appearance, but it kind of looks like a heavenly appearance. That's the first thing. And the second thing, he was talking about basically snorting drugs, and you have all this white powder here. I wonder if that's symbolic of the drugs or not, or if that's just symbolic of like snow. I mean, snow could also be considered a drug, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
The flame lit. To anyone going through the same, heaven's got enough angels. You need to stay here. And I can't make you stay, but sometimes going ain't a choice. And every choice you make is one that you didn't avoid. Crash the whip and ditch the car. Burn a bridge, follow the stars. You'll find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see things clear through your tears. But anywhere
Sometimes it's hard to see things clear through your tears. I'll tell you that that is probably one of the truest statements, whether you are sober or not. If you're not sober, when you're crying and you're anxious and you're feeling and you're in your feels, the last thing you want to do is be in your feels. And so you'll do anything, and I mean anything, to hide that feeling, to get rid of that feeling, to just make it go away. And ultimately, that right there is what causes a lot of people to pick things up. Man, man.
But anywhere is way better than here. Fight your fear. It's not the liquor I'm addicted to, it's feeling tough. When you get bullied half your life, you feel weak, like you just ain't enough. Then you have a couple
Oh
drinks
man.
and you
Yeah. You get bullied your whole life, you feel like you're not enough. Man, I can tell you stories. Stories. I went through so much bullying in high school. So much bullying. I actually had one bully that would actually follow me around. Out like I had left one high school and he went follow me to another. And the thing is, it wasn't just in high school that this kid bullied me. This kid also bullied me in elementary school. Elementary. And it followed me all the way to high school. And then I started college and he showed up at my college campus. And it was like I could never get away from this guy. And it was and I'll tell you, my self-worth when I was in high school was like this much. And now as an adult, I'm lucky that I have a good like self-esteem. I'm confident in who I am. I'm a child of God and that's what I need to know. And my strength comes from the Lord. Aside from that, I know who I am. And who I am is happy. Who I am is Brent. Who I am is 5'3", very short guy, and I don't have to be very tall in order to be happy, nor do I have to be handsome because I feel good on the inside for being who I am. I know that my eternity is coming in heaven. I know that my glorified body is waiting for me, and that on this side of eternity, this is the body that God gave me. I know that on this side of eternity, I may not be a 10, but you know what? My personality is pretty cool. I like my personality. My wife likes my personality. My mom likes my personality. And those are kind of the two most important people in my life, aside from God, of course. My mom and my wife. So basically God, my wife, my mom. That's what it is. And I don't need to look to other people for approval on who I am. Just like you guys shouldn't. You guys should look to the Lord and lean on the Lord when you're having some issues and not go to drugs because of issues. And this leads me to another thing, right? So you see it all the time. People get beat up and abused in high school, whether it's by keyboard warriors or they actually get physically bullied, and then they end up going and doing something that's extreme, and then people wonder why they go and do extreme things. If people just sat down and actually got to know each other and accepted each other's differences and embraced each other, you know how much better the world would be? People wouldn't feel driven to commit mass murders. People wouldn't feel driven to do drugs. People wouldn't feel driven to jump off a cliff. Like, these are all really extreme things. Your life is way too valuable for this. If you've ever experienced bullying, if you're experiencing bullying now, I'm telling you right now, from one person, one human being to another, your life is worth it. Do not do anything that you will regret. I will tell you this because I've been down this road and it sucks. It sucks. Don't do it. Don't do it. And Tom, if you're watching this again, I was so glad if you got out of this. If you didn't, contact me, bro. We'll talk. Oh,
like you just ain't enough. Then you have a couple drinks and you catch a buzz and finally have the courage to defend yourself and throw a punch. And that adrenaline goes straight into your brain and blood. Addicted to the confidence, it's practically the greatest drug. Chasing dragons every night and all the latest.
ain't that the truth? And that's what happened to me. Man, I remember I was addicted to party drugs, ecstasy. I would take Xanny bars. I mean, alcohol, weed. Like I was into it all. Like the only thing I never really touched was like meth and heroin. And that's the thing is like this was 10 plus years ago. This wasn't a time where I was so unhappy. I mean, I was in and out of hospitals. I mean, actually, no, over 11 years ago now. That was the last time I touched a hard drug. And and I will tell you that it when you get to the point where you can't stand it anymore, then all of that extreme stuff happens. Where are people? Like what are we gonna have to do as a whole, as a society, to support those people who are struggling? What are we gonna do? I get it. Some people are gonna say it's not my problem. Other people are gonna say, well, they should be in therapy. And yeah, other people are gonna say, well, we can't help them until they want help themselves. These are all true statements. But we're all one society. And for me as a Christian, as a whole, all Christians are one body of Christ. When I look at another human being, I see another human being who might have gone through something that like what I've gone through. And I went through some pretty traumatic stuff. But that traumatic stuff can lead to things like drug use, can lead to things like suicide. In fact, I lost a friend when I was 13 to suicide. I lost a friend a few years ago to suicide. I lost a buddy of mine, not to suicide, but to COVID. And he was on drugs. He was homeless. I was homeless for 7 years. And I'll tell you, it's not an easy road. It's so not an easy road. Oh my gosh, if you're struggling, like I said earlier, if you're struggling with any sort of negative self-image, you gotta know that you're worth it. You gotta know, okay? If you need to comment on my videos and connect with me on social media in order to have somebody to talk to, please do. Because it's your life is worth it.
Clubs, what used to be your favorite thing somehow became a dangerous crutch. It was what it was. And that's the thing, it can happen to like any of us. I had great parents, tight friends, strong morals, nice threads, good school, good looking, good grades, time spent.
Yeah, see? What are you saying right here? It does not matter how good you look. It does not matter what side you vote for. It does not matter where you went to school. It doesn't matter what your parents' names are. It doesn't matter what jobs your parents had. Addiction does not care. Addiction, drug use, the enemy will attack you regardless. Okay? That drug use, it could hit anybody. Trust me, the last thing my mom wanted to know was that her kid was on drugs. And that right there, like, you can hit anybody. Anybody. All it takes is one time to be addicted. That's all it takes.
Being normal only lasted for a while. One bad choice sparked a downward spiral. I've spent half my life trying to climb out of that hole. Heaven's got angels, we need you at home. And not
You know, so what he just said, he spent half his life trying to dig out of this hole. And I know I'm stopping this a lot, guys, but this is just really deep, right? And so half of your life digging out of a hole. There are still medical issues that I'm facing today from when I didn't have insurance when I was a teenager. Still. I mean, I started drugs at, 15, 16 years old. And there are still medical conditions that I have from when I was that young. Still, I'm still dealing with them today. I'm still dealing with the repercussions of it today. It sucks. And it really does take a long time to get out of that hole. A long time. But it's possible.
heaven's got angels, we need you at home. And I can't make you stay, but sometimes going ain't a choice. And every choice you make is one that you didn't avoid. Crash the whip and ditch the car, burn a bridge, follow the stars. You'll find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see things clear through your tears, but anywhere is way better than here. Fight your fear. It ain't the liquor we're addicted to, it's everything else. The happiness we had, but we forget how it felt. We've been drinking with the devil cause we're going through hell. Pray to God for a little bit of help. Man, I've been there, I did those things, I drank those drinks, I took those pills, I puked in sinks. And the truth ain't pretty, listen up, this is a tough one. You get saved by your angels or become one.
Oh.
Crash the whip and ditch the car, burn a bridge, follow the star.
You get saved by your angels or become one. I think this is in reference to fallen angels. I think this is in reference to either you choose the right path or not, honestly. I think that's what he's saying here. Oh, that's man, that's rough. And fallen angels, for those of you who may not know, are demons. You either make the right choice or you fall to your demons. Oh man, dude, this is deep. This is such a deep song. Beautiful song. It's a deep song and it hits my heart because I've been there. Man, I have been there.
Bridge, follow the stars. You'll find monsters in the dark, but nothing's worth it till it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to see things clear through your tears, but anywhere is way better than here. Fight your fears.
Oh man, he got his fists up. He's ready to go. He's like, come on, fight my fears. Oh, I love that. Oh man, Nova, you are such a good videographer. And Tom, bro, I'm really hoping that you got out of that life. And if you did, I'm so glad that you did, man. And oh man, this Hangover Gang and Tom's fans, dude, you guys are awesome for telling me to react to this. This is an incredible song. He seems like an incredibly he's an incredibly real person. He just raps about real stuff. He raps about the things that are plaguing his heart. He raps about the things that he's gone through, that things that he's seen. That's creative. That's awesome. So I'm looking forward to more of Tom's songs. If you have any other ones that you want me to react to, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I have a growing list, and I'm super excited. I'm releasing one a day. So with that being said, go ahead and throw that comment down there. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am trying to grow this channel. If you want more Tom content, go ahead and like and subscribe. I will see you on the next video. Take care.